Rugby World Cup qualifier in Portugal in late July. We've looked into average temperatures for that time of year and also humidity. We're playing in Faro, which is good. We'll have a bit of a local breeze, which will keep the temperature down to around about 28 degrees. But you can appreciate our guys aren't used to playing at that. Well, for us, and it is an extreme temperature. So what we're trying to manufacture here is similar conditions, albeit it's not rugby, but we're doing a gym-based conditioning session that gets the guys' heart rates up into the zones that we need them into, which are relative to games, and also keeping that temperature around about the 28 degrees. So what we're trying to do is basically teach their bodies to adapt and get used to working at that temperature. So, bringing in, kicking off cooling systems, your internal cooling systems.
How different was the heat in here today to what you're used to? Do you feel that you're used to it because of the heat from the tour, or is it a bit more difficult being in the gym situation?
Probably a bit more difficult. The gym session we're doing there was pretty difficult, and it's pretty difficult anyway. So with added heat, it just makes it all a bit harder to recover, a bit harder to deal with the heat. But I suppose for me and some of the other boys, we're a bit more used to it. You could see some of the boys that are just coming into the squad were struggling a bit, a few sweaty faces.
You said obviously it's not rugby. So what are the exercises that the boys are going through that is kind of in the gym that will bring them as close to rugby as possible?
They do a combination of lifts, which are whole body lifts, full range of movement as well. So if you think about clearing out a ruck or lifting in a line out or jumping for a ball, so we're getting all those kind of dynamic movements in there with a whole body movement, which elevates the heart rate because we produce lactic acid. When you load it, we produce lactic acid, and that gets the heart rate up, because your body's trying to clear out that waste product from its system. So that's where we're coming from as far as the thinking behind it's concerned. We know that in games the players' heart rates are above 90% of their maximum for most of the 14 minutes. So we're trying to create that environment internally for them, plus adding the heat on top of that, which should allow their bodies to become more accustomed to dealing with that condition.